How is everybody doing today? My name is Master Zero, and in today's video, we are reacting to A New History for Humanity, The Human Era by In a Nutshell. Alright, so real quick before we get this video started, for those of you that didn't watch the live stream, thank you so much for the 500 subscribers. It is ridiculous to hit this milestone. It's like, I know a lot of people in the live stream are like, yeah, you're halfway there to monetization, and like, that is ridiculously crazy for me to like think about ads on my channel. That I think that's like the keystone of like, you're actually getting there, like you're getting somewhere on YouTube, which is really, really cool, and like, you get paid, so but besides the point, thank you guys so much for the support and everything. It really, really, really means a lot to me. And it is so awesome to see like that many people that want to actually take the time to subscribe to my channel. Like it seriously means a lot from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. So on to the video. This one is suggested to that one. Thank you so much for the suggestion. He actually suggested this to me in a comment, I believe, and also in the live stream. I totally didn't realize yesterday that tomorrow was Saturday and I needed a video for Monday. And I was just like, shoot me with suggestions. So that was one of them, and it seems really, really interesting. So without any further ado, here is A New History of Humanity by In a Nutshell.
Humans have existed for millions of years as part of nature.
True.
But then something changed, and in an incredibly short amount of time,
we ruined the Earth.
Terraformed this planet and designed it to fit our needs.
Same thing.
As far as we know, we're the first beings to awaken and completely take over a planet.
That is true. As far as we know,
to farming and building
could be
was
aliens.
So breathtakingly fast that many of our ways of thinking about the world are no longer useful. One of our most
I have no idea what I'm
ideas
doing.
Is that the most commonly used calendar in the world insists that we live in the year 2016. This distorts
This is an older
our view of
video,
our own
so
history and makes it harder to understand who we are as a species. And just how far we've come in an incredibly short amount of time.
That is true.
So maybe it's time to choose a year zero for humanity.
Huh.
A year zero that truly represents us as a species and includes all cultures. A year zero that marks when we began building our own world on top of the old one.
Interesting. Okay. So he's gonna try to hit like the moment that we actually started building stuff and everything, like as a species, the first temple.
12,000 years ago, hundreds of humans came together in the hills of southern Anatolia.
Okay.
They were hunters and gatherers without knowledge of agriculture or metalworking. All they had were tools made of stone and wood. But they built humanity's first big construction project, 7,000 years before the pyramids were built in Egypt.
Really?
Spread over 300 meters, our ancestors erected circles of massive stone pillars, each of them up to 6 meters high and 40 tons in weight.
That's pretty impressive for back then.
Pictograms and stone
like
carvings
way
of
back then.
animals and mythical creatures.
Nice.
We have no idea how they were able
so
to do
advanced,
this.
only stone
It
tools?
was probably a project of epic scale for the Stone Age,
Dude, for
requiring
real.
a level of organization we didn't know early humans were
Groundbreaking.
capable of until we found this site. So
why though?
Why did they
I
build
mean,
it?
you got a point
The
there.
most
Why?
popular theory is that this was the first temple of humanity, dedicated to long-forgotten gods.
Huh.
We only know that
I mean,
this
that makes
construction
sense.
project, the first of its kind, marks the beginning of a new era.
All hail the
It's
mighty
in this area,
bird.
around that time, that humans truly began to build their own world.
Huh.
Which would make it a fitting milestone in our history for the start of our calendar.
Okay.
This moment in time is so
Bill
distinct
Gates,
that
maybe?
scientist Cesare Emiliani
Never mind, I was way
proposed that
wrong.
Humanity should switch to what he called the Holocene calendar by adding 10,000 years to our current Gregorian calendar.
Huh.
We don't need to change our well-established days and months.
Just add a
and
1?
Religious calendars could stay the same as well. But for all official purposes, our current year would be the year 12,016 of the human era.
Wow.
This
Can you imagine
would
writing that on
drastically
paper?
alter how we think about history and how it feels. Let's take a very brief look and move through our new history.
I'll show you
from
something.
our new
No thank you,
year
Mr.
zero.
Clock. You look familiar.
12,000 years ago saw the beginning of the first construction project kicking off our history. It
Okay.
would be in use for about
I love that it
2,000
actually has
years.
like a timeline on the
It
bottom.
took
That's really,
nearly
really
a
cool.
millennium until Jericho, probably the first city on Earth, was founded in the year 1000 after the start of the human era.
That didn't end too well for
Progress
him.
was still
Did
very,
it?
very slow at this
The Battle
point.
of Jericho.
Over the next 1,000 years, more and more permanent settlements appeared around the world, and more plants and animals were domesticated as agriculture spread.
Okay.
Evidence for trade over thousands of kilometers has been found from this period. Around 5 million humans were alive at this point in history, fewer than live in London today.
Wow.
Technology advanced constantly at a slow pace. Pottery became widespread. The first cultural
Nice.
communities appeared in China, India, and the Fertile Crescent.
I really like
Around
that.
the year 4000,
That visual was
8,000
awesome.
years ago from today, humans started to use metal for the first time,
Ooh.
learning to mix tin and copper, and kickstarting what we know as the Bronze Age around
Huh.
the year 5000.
Love how there's a bird in
The
almost
first
every
photo
shot.
writing emerged, and the wheel was invented. In South America, the Chinchilla
There you
culture
go.
started to artificially mummify humans 2,000 years earlier than in ancient Egypt.
I was mummified before it was cool.
The first high cultures began emerging around the year 7000. The Indus Valley Civilization, ancient Egypt,
There you
the
go.
Minoans in Greece,
There.
and the Sumerians in Mesopotamia.
Alright.
Stonehenge was built in Britain, and the first dynasty in China began.
Huh.
See, the Iceman lived around this time. What we consider history now started, and things began picking up pace as the world population rose to over 30 million.
Wow.
A number of new high cultures appeared around the world, many writing down their legends. More and more cities were founded. In South America, the Olmec culture emerged.
Feed
Around
me
this time,
gravel.
The legendary siege of Troy is supposed to have happened. Soon
Yeah,
after,
nothing could go wrong,
east of
bruh.
the
Let 'em
Mediterranean
in.
and the Fertile Crescent, the Bronze Age ended in violence. Every Bronze Age culture, except Egypt, was destroyed by mysterious invaders. Writing and progress froze for hundreds of years.
Cool.
Around the year 9500,
See what war does to
what we
people?
consider Western culture began. The Greek city-states beat off the Persian invasion and triggered their golden era, ended by Alexander the Great around 9700.
Huzzah!
100 years later, Rome destroyed Carthage and became a dominant force in the world.
Wow.
Caesar was murdered in the
Oh,
year
yeah.
1956, while the world
Sorry, bro.
population had risen to about 300 million people.
-1. Oh,
And
man.
it's only now, around the year 10,000, that we've reached the point where the Gregorian calendar and our current method of marking human history begins.
Ah,
A mere 2,000 years from now, humans will walk on the moon. If we think about history as we do now,
Ouch.
we are underplaying 10,000 years of human progress and development. Including all of it in our calendar makes our past more impressive. It
Very
shows
true.
how progress became exponential with time,
And that's, like,
it
really, really
incorporates
important.
all humans from all cultures into our calendar. A new year zero for our history
Mankind.
could reframe how we think of ourselves.
Damn.
As a building project that started 12,000 years ago, when for the first time our ancestors came together to carve a temple out of bedrock with tools
See, that
made
is
of
so
stone,
cool.
not knowing what they would set in motion, where it would lead us as a species. From building the first temple to ships flying beyond the sky.
That's crazy. Just to think about
We've
that,
made
like, as a whole.
Kurzgesagt version of the human era calendar
Hey,
that
yeah.
you can buy
This,
here if you
the
want.
one person on the
Calendar
live stream
for
told me that they have that
2017,
calendar.
but with one important
Low-key
difference.
jealous.
It's for the year 12,017. The year we think we should be in right now.
Alright, so I'm
There
just a
are
couple
only
years
a
off.
very limited amount available, but if we sell enough of them, we'll make this a regular thing and maybe produce more print
Banana for
products in the
scale.
future. The calendar is illustrated and we put in a few fun facts.
Nice.
Also, as always,
So
if you
funny,
like what we
haha.
do, please consider supporting us on Patreon or
It's
buying
funny
things
'cause
we
it's
hate.
true.
It really helps. Thanks, and have a happy 12,017.
You have a happy 12,017, bro. Alright, so that was a really, really enjoyable video. I mean, like, of course it was in a nutshell, so I already knew it was going to be very insightful and knowledge-filled and so amazing and gets me thinking. But it's kind of crazy to sit there and think about, like what this video just did, actually. How it's just like, let's pinpoint the exact moment that humanity started building, like, bigger things like buildings and stuff, and then like just going from there. It's crazy just to see, like, in all reality, kind of like the video said, but in all reality, like, it really didn't take us long to escalate to what we are now. Like, it is really, really crazy. And I know this video was a little older, like I was just a couple years off, but it's great. Like, just think like 20 years. Just sit there and think of what we've accomplished in 20 years, like technology based wise. Like, it's crazy. Like, it started with computers about like this thick, like probably even thicker, and then now we have computers that are like that thin, and then it could do literally anything and then some. Like, it's really crazy to sit there and think about. Like, humans are crazy. They're very crazy, which kind of like, you got like all this wonderful stuff on one hand, but then on the other hand, it's just like the war and everything just brings us down so much. And like, we could be like in space already if it wasn't for war. Like, if everybody just worked together. But here I go with my hippie stuff again. But but yeah, like, it's crazy how humanity as a whole can do a lot, and it is crazy how we don't really need that much time just to do stuff, like escalate our species as a whole. And like, this planet, even though sadly we are killing off the I think now it's the Amazon rainforest, which is very, very sad. But like I said, you have like, on one hand you have like a bunch of awesome stuff that we've done, but then on a much heavier hand you have all the negative stuff that we've done. But this video was very, very insightful, so thank you, that one, for the suggestion. And thank you everybody so much for watching. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like down below, because it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos like this one. So with that said, I have been Master Zero. Y'all guys have been fantastic, and I will see y'all in the next episode. Later days.